Welcome back to the crypto channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now Bitcoin is sitting in the green in the super trend indicator here on the weekly time frame, while Ethereum is continuing this bounce in the shorter term from this important level of support, which I'll talk more about later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, taking a look at the super trend indicator, which is basically an indicator that accurately tells us the current larger trend at play here on the Bitcoin chart based on Bitcoin's history. Because, for example, this super trend indicator on the 3-day time frame flipped from red to green around April to May 2020. And obviously, immediately after that happened, we saw a pump in the price of Bitcoin and continued on with a bull market up until where it flipped into the red during May 2021, which is obviously where we saw a major crash in the price of Bitcoin, all the way until late July, early August, where this super trend indicator flipped back into the green, telling us that we're due to see much more bullish price action in a larger bullish trend, which is obviously what happened over the remainder of 2021. And then right near the end of 2021, during December 2021, this indicator flipped back into the red and stayed red for the entirety of this bear market, all the way down to the current $15,500 low. And then more recently, as the price of Bitcoin was breaking above some key levels of resistance, this super trend indicator obviously just flipped back into the green when the price of Bitcoin was sitting at around $19,000. And clearly since then, since 19K, the price of Bitcoin has been trending in the bullish direction as suggested by the super trend indicator. And usually when this indicator confirms a trend reversal, so from red to green or from green to red, we usually end up seeing a larger trend take place here on the larger timeframes. If we're looking at the indicator, of course, on larger timeframes like the 3-day chart or the weekly chart, which as you can see here on the weekly timeframe, we have already had a few weekly candle closes over the last few weeks confirming this bullish signal in the super trend indicator. And once again, if you're simply looking at the super trend indicator throughout Bitcoin's history, this super trend indicator remained bullish for the entirety of the 2017 bull market, all the way up until the 2018 bear market began. And obviously right at that point where the super trend indicator confirmed a flip from green to red, we essentially confirmed the beginning of the bear market and the end of that previous bull market. And this indicator stayed red for pretty much one entire year, all the way up until early 2019, where it flipped into the green again, signaling a larger bullish trend beginning. And then, of course, it flipped back into the red late 2019 and stayed red for the entirety of the March 2020 crash, all the way up until around mid to late 2020. It obviously flipped back into the green just before that major bull market really began. And then, obviously, we saw a quick flip back into the red in this indicator on the weekly time frame during that May crash, and then flip back into the green during the bull run from around 30k up to all-time highs. And like I said, on the 3-day time frame, it was around December, or on the weekly time frame here in January 2022, where the super trend indicator confirmed a bearish reversal signal. And right at that point, that basically signaled that we're about to begin a larger bearish trend. And obviously this indicator remained in the red all the way up until just a few weeks ago, where it did indeed just recently confirm another bullish reversal signal here on the weekly time frame. And like I said, simply based on this indicator and based on years worth of Bitcoin's history, we usually only see this indicator confirm a trend reversal signal when we're actually about to begin a larger trend reversal. Now, it is important to mention that just because we're seeing this bullish signal, that does not mean the price of Bitcoin is going to go straight to all-time highs, because, for example, looking at the 2019 example just here, we saw a bullish reversal signal in early 2019, and we did indeed see quite a bullish run in the price of Bitcoin over the next few months, but we didn't actually make it to the all-time high at that stage right there, and instead fell short of the all-time high, came back down, and actually retested close to the previous bear market low. So just be aware, this bullish signal does not guarantee that we're going to run all the way to all-time highs or anything like that, but overall it is still a bullish signal for the price of Bitcoin here on the larger timeframes and for the larger trend at play. But of course, even in a larger bullish trend, we can actually experience quite a lot of bearish price action, like for example this bull run from 30k to all-time highs during the second half of 2021. Obviously that time in the market was very bullish, but for the entire month of September 2021 we saw a massive bearish correction going to the downside. So once again, even during a larger bullish trend, we can have our fair share of bearish price action, so keep that in mind as well. It's not all to the upside. But anyway, now zooming into the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now the Bitcoin price is once again still holding above the 78.6% Fibonacci level, which is sitting at around 22.7k, and clearly the price of Bitcoin on the daily time frame is still consistently forming higher lows and higher highs in the price action, while remaining above these previous levels of significant resistance on the chart. So clearly in terms of the price action, we are still seeing bullish price structure on the daily time frame. But while this is happening, of course, we still have a bearish divergence forming on the daily time frame, which could potentially start to have more of an effect on the price of Bitcoin, perhaps in around a week from now, because usually these bearish divergences on the daily time frame take multiple weeks, sometimes up to a month to actually form before eventually they begin to play out. And typically what we see with these bearish divergences on the daily time frame is either a much larger consolidation, so a much larger pause from the bullish trend, or perhaps a correction from the bullish trend, a bit of a pullback to help reset the RSI and potentially give us some more room to the upside later on. But like I said in my last video, overall here on the daily time frame, we are currently looking more bullish than bearish. And now if you take a look at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, this is really focusing on the more shorter term price action, and obviously right here we can see there's an active bearish divergence in play because the price of Bitcoin has recently formed higher highs while the RSI on the 8-hour time frame is still in lower highs. And so like I've said in my last few videos, this basically means we're due to see reduced bullish momentum in the shorter term, as in potentially over the next few days we shouldn't really be expecting a lot of bullish momentum in the shorter term, and instead most likely either sideways price action or a slight pullback in the price of Bitcoin just in the shorter term here. And speaking of the shorter term, zooming in even closer, taking a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is running into a key level of support here in the short term, which is sitting at approximately 23.3k. And this level of support is based on previous resistance that we've seen multiple times over the last couple of weeks. But if we end up seeing a confirmed break below around 23.3 to 23.2k, then we would likely see a drop down towards this next level of support, which is sitting at approximately 22.5 to 22.6k approximately. And as for resistance right now in the shorter term, I'll be looking at this level, which is sitting at around 23.9k. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and obviously right now as of recording this video, the price of ETH is still running into this important range of resistance in between 1650 to 1.7k. And so while the price of ETH is still below that 1.7k level, we need to remain somewhat cautious right now, especially while this bearish divergence is obviously still forming here on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And so that basically means, at least for me personally, I would not be entering into any over leveraged long positions right here while the price is running into resistance and forming a bearish divergence, because obviously, as I said on the channel a few weeks ago, the time for long positions was right at this breakout at around 1340 when I was targeting towards 1650 to 1.7k. But if we do end up seeing a confirmed break above 1.7k with daily candle closes above that level, then the next important resistance is this small price range in between 1780 to 1.8k. And in terms of the price trend, technically speaking, the trend itself is still a bullish trend because we're still actively forming higher lows and higher highs in the price of ETH on the daily time frame. It's just we're running into an important obstacle right now, which does add a bit of risk in the more shorter term. But now, if you take a look at the 3-hour ETH to US dollar chart, what we've seen over the last few days is a successful bounce from this level of support, which was acting as previous resistance. And this level, by the way, is sitting at approximately 1630. And as I mentioned in my last video on this channel, the fact that we did end up seeing a successful bounce from this level right here is technically a short-term bullish signal confirming this breakout. And due to that, we do have a technical price target in play for this symmetrical triangle pattern, currently sitting just underneath 1.8k. In fact, this price target is sitting right in that next range of resistance that I just spoke about here on the daily time frame. Once again, just underneath 1.8k. But like I also just said here on the daily time frame, this 1.7k level is an obstacle Ethereum needs to overcome. And so even though we do have this technical price target close to 1.8k currently active based on this pattern, I would still be remaining somewhat cautious while the price is below around 1.7k, because obviously we have seen quite a bit of resistance around this level. And so if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout above 1.7k, then I would become even more confident in this price target closer towards 1.8k. And in case you're wondering, the point of invalidation for this price target is this level just here that we bounced from at around 1630, which means if the price confirms a break back below 1630, then this technical price target and this pattern becomes invalid. And now, if you want to know how to make money in crypto, no matter what direction the price is heading, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is either bullish or bearish, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is just chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.